my involvement in solar in the last couple of years has principally been on the back end. Our energy group does a lot of front end work with solar developers in particular, getting these things permitted and sold and underway. I've been involved in the construction aspect of them, and they're getting built, all over Maine, right? In western Maine and in northern Maine and down east, almost any place where you can find a big chunk of open land, you're seeing solar farms built, and you're seeing them built by all kinds of different developers. Some big national sophisticated developers, some much smaller, created really just to be in this niche in the solar industry. Most of the ones I've seen in Maine have been ground mount solar farms. You can put them on rooftops, and some of them rotate and spin around to follow the sun. Most of the ones in Maine have been fixed ground mount. It's sort of what you would think of. I think you go out, you see a field, and as far as the eye can see, there's all these solar panels. And it turns out, I didn't know this 3 or 4 years ago, but it turns out that there's all these different wiring and transformers, and they run with one kind of current. DC current runs down through all the solar panels, and then it reaches a converter and switches to AC current and goes and gets stepped up at a transformer and goes off. So there's actually a lot of sophistication that goes into the system itself and the production of those modules and the inverter boxes and so forth. And then a huge amount of coordination, because you get all of these pieces that are prefabricated, the modules themselves, the anchors that go into the ground, because it's important, right, that they face the sun, and you're trying to extract every little bit of energy from these that you possibly can, because you're just giving away money. If you tilt it too little or too much, then you've lost money for no reason. And so they spend a lot of time making sure these are maximally efficient. And then it's important that you take all these different pieces manufactured by all these specialty vendors and put them together. And you want to put them together really fast, because the faster you get them put together and underway, the sooner you can connect to the grid and start making money. That's what's led to a lot of disputes, is because they're being done on such tight schedules. When anything happens, we've been talking about the supply chain some, you run into a supply chain issue with the modules or the wires, right? You get the whole thing up and, geez, you don't have a spool of wire. Well, it's pretty important to connect the modules and get the electricity flowing. So those kinds of things, any little pea under the mattress can throw the whole thing off. And so that has led to a lot of disputes, and has led to a lot of our involvement in those solar disputes.